Welcome to beautiful Hearst Towers, and we're so delighted to be back here to celebrate and to our second annual Leadership Awards and our annual food conference here today. Tonight, be prepared to be inspired, surprised, emotionally moved, and perhaps a little bit challenged by the stories and work of tonight's honorees. All 5 of these extraordinary people are not only making our food world a better place, but as the subject of today's food conference challenged everyone, they have inspired all of us to help build a healthier, safer food system we can all trust. As some of you know, the James Beard Foundation recently celebrated our 25th anniversary year. These leadership awards are a shining example of how our mission to celebrate, nurture, and preserve America's diverse culinary heritage and future has grown. From the many awards and scholarships programs that we have at the Beard House in Greenwich Village here in New York, to working with the White House's Let's Move program, to partnering with the State Department to form an American Chef Corps, this little foundation has come a long way. James Beard could never have imagined that his often repeated belief, food is our common ground, would become a rallying cry for shaking up how America's food movement and how America eats, both nationally and internationally. That's why the work of this year's 2012 Leadership Award honorees, Wendell Berry, Jason Clay, Kathleen Merrigan, Tansy Whalen, and Malik Yakini, they need to be celebrated, and more important than ever, need to be honored. As the national conversation around food has shifted from concern for not only what is on our plates, but also how it got there, so has our foundation's mission broadened to foster this important conversation. We trust that tonight's awards will bring national and even international attention to our distinguished honorees and their causes. We believe that by raising awareness of how the issues that they care about are important to this country and to the world, that we can inspire other people to follow their good example of public service. And speaking of public service and trust, it gives me really great pleasure to recognize our co-host for this evening's festivities, Good Housekeeping. Good Housekeeping magazine made a commitment to improving American families' health over a century ago when it championed the passage of the Pure Food and Drug Act. We heard a lot about that today by a presentation by Miriam Arend. Today, those talented editors continue to make a commitment to excellent reporting on food, nutrition, and consumer safety through the Good Housekeeping Research Institute. And they are all led by a wonderful editor-in-chief, Rosemary Ellis, who I would like you to all welcome, our co-host, Rosemary Ellis.
Thank you, Susan. It is such a pleasure to be co-hosting these second annual Leadership Awards. So, since Good Housekeeping was founded in, 1885, we have a few gray hairs, we've been committed to making a difference in improving the lives of American women and their families. Trust is what we're all about. It's what we're built on. And so the topic of this conference's discussions and debates is really close to our heart. You heard earlier today from Miriam about our 100+ years of food advocacy. We've also demonstrated our commitment to environmental sustainability with the launch 3 years ago of the Green Good Housekeeping Seal. When we began to research doing the seal, we talked a lot to consumers, and they told us that they were eager for guidance in the marketplace that was awash with green claims. They told us that they were mistrustful and, frankly, understandably cynical. We knew that the Good Housekeeping Seal resonated with Americans, and we had an opportunity and a responsibility to help them make more environmentally sound purchasing decisions. Commitment to making positive change is key to our DNA. So it's particularly thrilling tonight to honor 5 visionaries who have dedicated themselves to making that same kind of change, who have used their immense talents to create a more sustainable world. And it's so fitting to honor them here in Hearst Tower, a Platinum LEED certified building. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Enjoy the evening and prepare to be inspired. Thanks.
Thank you, Rosemary, and to Good Housekeeping. I must also thank all the valuable partners whose generous support has made this year's food conference and Leadership Awards possible. Founding support for the Leadership Awards was provided by Grace Communications Foundation, Support was also provided by the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Our food conference was made possible by founding partners Grace Communications Foundation, Edens, and Sodexo. An additional support was also provided by CARP Resources, the Laurie M. Tisch Illumination Fund, Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. All of our partners are here with us tonight, and I really would appreciate you standing to be acknowledged, because without your support and encouragement and vision, this would not be possible. So please stand for a moment so we can acknowledge all of our partners. Thank you. We also could not produce the Leadership Awards without the collective energies of people behind the scenes, especially our Volunteer Leadership Awards Subcommittee, chaired by Charlotte Observer's food editor Kathleen Purvis, CIA's Greg Drescher, and Wine Geek Steve Olson, who selected the sustainable wines you're enjoying this evening. Would you please stand? I know Kathleen and Steve are with us tonight. They've put a lot of work and effort into this idea that we came up with a few years ago. Thank you. Our gratitude obviously also goes to the Leadership Awards Advisory Board. They're listed in your program, the Conference Steering Committee, and of course, our JBF Board of Trustees. We have many of our trustees in the room, led by our new chair, Emily Lucchetti, who you'll meet later on this evening if you didn't meet her during the day at the conference. I would like our trustees and our Leadership Advisory Board members to please also stand, and our Steering Committee members as well, to acknowledge the important work that you did. And lastly, I have to thank the foundation staff. I work with an incredible team of people, and the leadership on our food conference and leadership awards was really driven by a wonderful man, our Executive Vice President Mitchell Davis, who has been working on this since day after last year's leadership awards. And I think we've had a splendid day today, and it's just a remarkable tribute to the work of him and our wonderful staff. Thank you.